Hey everyone, I thought I'd just take time out and do a little short video on something that a lot of people have been talking about here at the Sega Forums at the Sega Forums, which is the comic and cartoon section. And this recently got started with the discussion of issue 217, which is out now. And even though I don't have it, it really, it really started a huge discussion, not just about the story itself, but by the fact that, you have Bunny fighting Sonic again. Basically, you have Betrayal, and then all of a sudden now we see the preview cover for issue 220 right here, and it says Betrayed. So, and this is actually supposed to be part 2 of In Service as a King. Now, according to one of the posters of this topic here at the Sega Forums, right here, this person, they say that the apparent word is that the traitor in this case is a Sega character. Now, we don't know who that Sega character is. Now, they could be just saying that to throw people off. So anyway, I thought I'd just kind of throw my 2 cents in here via video on YouTube, and maybe I'll post a link on there on here, either in 217 or here on 220. And this is what I look at. I know a lot of people find it redundant that Ian is continuously using the same format or formula almost every other issue. It's like you can't go 2 or 3 issues without a betrayal, or a so-called betrayal, or characters being misused or misled into fighting each other kind of deal. Well, let me kind of explain that. You see, ever since Silver made his debut under Ian, now let's not forget Silver made his debut under Ian's writing, that Silver has been looking for the traitor, if you will. He's been looking for the traitor. He says there's a traitor that's going to affect the freedom fighters, it's going to affect his world for years to come. And whoever that traitor is within the freedom fighters. Now, a lot of people don't know who it could be. A lot of people don't know who it could be. But again, there's a reason. But again, that's why I believe Ian continuously, mind you, uses these betrayal stories or this format. He's trying to get everybody guessing as to who it could be. Now, of course, he's going to use someone like Bunny every now and then, or try to use someone like Bunny, because they would seem like a more logical choice, like, in this recent issue and going into next month. Bunny's a more likely candidate because she's half roboticized. So thanks to her uncle, she might get persuaded in some fans' minds, and in Ian's minds, fans might believe she might be swayed by her family, her uncle, to join his cause, to join with him, to join with the Darker Legion. Get what I'm saying? That is why she's always the top candidate. But then again, you never know. Some people say, again, no one really knows who it could be, but again, the reason the storyline is constantly used on an every other monthly basis, or every other issue, or bi-issue, or try issue basis, is because it's all dealing with the fact that when Ian introduced Silver into the comics, Silver's motive was to find the traitor who would betray the freedom fighters, and thus the betrayal would affect everything, including the future. That is why he keeps using this. Yes, again, I understand. Some people might say, oh, it's too redundant. Why can't he just think of something new? Believe me, I think the same thing. I think the same thing. Why can't he use something new? Believe me. Believe me when I say this, and I'm not defending Ian here, but believe me, a writer like Ian, who was a fan of the comic themselves and became a writer on the comic eventually, is the kind of person that would love to use any story that's in their mind in the comic, but because of certain limitations, they can't. Believe me when I say this. I truly believe, I truly feel that if Ian didn't have no limitations on this comic, if he didn't have anybody holding him back, and they just let him loose, let him do his thing, Ian would do stories similar to his other M comic. No doubt about it. I know that, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you would agree on it. But that's just something I feel, that if he wasn't tied down by limitations and held back and just let loose, he would give us stories, maybe a story arc similar to the other M webcomic. But that's just what I'm saying though. Right now it's limitations. And he's got this whole thing going on. It's kind of like, and I hate to compare it to the WWE, but in the WWE they have this anonymous GM deal going on Monday Night Raw. And it's been going on for months, and everybody's been guessing who could the GM be. And we're always throwing out little hints, or little, throws, if you will, little curveballs as to who we think it could be. But the thing is, every other week for the past couple months, it's always been, who is it? Who is it? Who is the GM? Who is the person calling the shots? Is it somebody that we already see on television? Is it someone out of the blue? Is it someone we haven't seen yet in a while? That kind of thing. And the same, and yes, just like with this, it's become redundant to the point that people are like, okay, enough. Tell us who, give us a face, show us who it is, and be done with it. That's the same here. Basically, a lot of fans are saying, look, your whole betrayal thing that you keep using on every other issue and all that. I mean, you've even used it in the Iron Dominion story arc, and vice versa. You've used it here and there. Why can't you just tell us who it is and be done with it? And hopefully with 220, that's what we're going to get. We're going to finally find out who it is, maybe not. But still, some people say according to that one person, the word going around is that it's a Sega character. If it's a Sega character, then who could it be? But let's not forget, all characters, even in the comic, who are non-game characters, are Sega characters. Let's not put it that way. I mean, let's look at it that way, I should say. Even the non-game characters in the comic that have gone from they've even been in SatAM, are Sega characters as well, so let's not forget that. But again, I can understand where fans are coming from because of the similarities on Monday Night Raw. The whole anonymous GM thing is becoming redundant, and thus it's becoming redundant here with this whole betrayal thing. Basically, just like the fans are telling the WWE, hey, give us a face as to who's calling the shots on Raw. The same here. Fans are trying to tell Ian, hey, look, you've been doing this for the past few months. Silver's main story has been about this. Just give us a face. Finally, get it over with. Give us a face as to who is the one that's going to betray everybody. That's all they ask. But, hopefully, hopefully I helped out a little bit there. But that's why I believe Ian, does this, because it all deals with the fact that it goes back to the whole Silver storyline of trying to find out who the traitor is. That's why you always have these betrayal or semi-betrayals or friend against friend, and because they're being misled by information or misled by somebody or being misused by somebody. It's because Ian's trying to throw you curveballs and trying to get you to think, could it be this person or could it be that person? So, but I thought I'd just, give my 2 cents there. Hopefully it helped out a little bit. If not, I apologize, but again, that's all I'm going to say, and I will talk to you all later. Peace.